Speech delay is common, but when your child starts showing these specific behaviors, it is no longer just late talking. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are talking about speech delay. Specifically, how to tell if your child's speech delay is actually something more. Because sometimes it is not just a delay, it could be a sign of something else. If you are a parent worried about your child's speech development, stay tuned because I'm breaking down 5 key signs that may indicate more than just a simple delay. And if you are coming across my channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and hit that button. And hit that notification button so you don't miss out on future videos. Alright, let's get into the 5 key signs that indicate your child has more than just speech delay. The first sign is limited social engagement. A child with just speech delay may still try to interact with others. They may point, they may gesture, they make eye contact, even if they are not talking much yet. But if your child doesn't respond to their name, or if they avoid playing with others, or seems disconnected from their surroundings, that is a red flag. It is not just about talking, but it's about communication in general. If your child doesn't show interest in people, doesn't bring you toys to share, or doesn't look up when somebody enters the room, these could be signs of something more than just speech delay. The second sign is repetitive behaviors. Some kids with developmental delay show repetitive behaviors like hand flapping when excited, rocking back and forth, spinning objects obsessively, and lining up toys in the same exact way every time. It is one thing if a child enjoys organizing toys, but if they get extremely upset when you change their arrangement, or if they fixate on certain movements for a long period, this could indicate something beyond just delayed speech. The next sign that shouldn't be ignored is sensory issues. This is another big clue that it is more than just speech delay. Some children with developmental delays might cover their ears at normal sounds like vacuum or the phone ringing, or they might refuse to wear certain clothing items. These sensitivities don't always go hand in hand with speech delay, but when they do, it is something to pay close attention to because it is a sign for other conditions. The fourth sign you should never ignore is lack of nonverbal communication. Even if a child isn't speaking, they should still be communicating in other ways. They should be pointing, gesturing, nodding their head, shaking their head, or using facial expressions. But if your child doesn't point to things they want, doesn't wave goodbye, doesn't imitate facial expressions like smiling or frowning, that's a major sign that the issue goes beyond just speech. Communication isn't just words. It is body language, expressions, and connection. If those things are missing, it is time to dig deeper. I am glad you've made it this far. We've covered 4 important signs, and now let's talk about the last one many parents overlook, but can be a huge indicator of a deeper issue. The 5th sign that indicates your child has more than speech delay is difficulty with change. If a child has a meltdown because you use a different cereal brand, or if they get extremely upset when the route to school changes, then there's a very clear indication they have more than speech delay. This kind of intense fixation on routines can be a sign of autism or other developmental challenges. While most kids like routines, extreme distress over small changes is something to take seriously. Alright, we've covered 5 major signs of autism in kids with speech delays, but before you go anywhere, let's tackle the biggest questions parents ask me all the time. Because I know some of you are thinking, but what if my child only has one of these signs, or can these signs cause autism in my kid? So let's get into it. If you ever ask yourself, can speech delay cause autism? Listen, speech delay can be a sign of autism. Not always. It does not cause autism. Other conditions like hearing impairment, intellectual disabilities, or childhood apraxia of speech can also cause delays. For example, a child with autism might not use speech to connect with people, or they may just echo words or phrases without understanding them. On the other hand, a child with hearing loss might struggle with speech simply because they can't hear well enough to learn words. And that's why looking at the bigger picture is so important. Now, what should you do if you notice these signs? If you notice any of these red flags, start by talking to your pediatrician. They may refer you to a developmental psychologist for an autism screening, or a speech language pathologist to assess communication, or a behavior analyst if there are behavioral challenges. Early intervention is key to understanding your child better, so the earlier you start getting support, the better the outcome. The next questions I've gotten is, can kids grow out of autism? I can't say for sure, but some overcome their challenges and live a happy and independent life just like anyone else. Late talkers without other red flags often catch up by age 4. But if a child's speech delay is tied to autism, apraxia, or hearing loss, they need extra support to catch up. Waiting to see if they will grow out of it can actually make things worse by widening the gap in communication and social skills. And if a child doesn't get the help they need, frustration can build up, leading to more meltdowns and tantrums, trouble making friends, low self-esteem, and confidence. The longer these issues go unaddressed, the harder it becomes for the child to catch up socially and emotionally. And that's why early intervention is so important. The last questions I've gotten is, how can parents help their kids at home? Even before seeing a specialist, there are things parents can do at home with their children. Number 1, model language. Narrate everything you see and do. Describe actions, objects, and feelings in simple words. Number 2, use gestures, sign language, pictures, communication device to help pair words with items, people, things in your child's environment. Number 3, make learning fun. Learn to use playtime to introduce new words and concepts. Number 4, encourage effort. Praise even small attempts at communication, whether it's a sound, a word approximation, an eye contact, or a gesture. And these small actions can make a huge difference. Every child develops at their own pace, but if you are noticing these signs, don't wait. Getting help early can transform a child's ability to communicate, connect, and thrive. My name is Ha, and I am a behavior analyst for autistic kids. I've had the privilege of helping countless families thrive. If you want to keep learning and growing with me, hit that subscribe button and join me in the next video. And don't forget to check out my previous videos that teach you everything you need to know about understanding your autistic child. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.